If you like firearms, fuck me in my fucking ass. If you like content about firearms, please be sure to subscribe and hit the like button on this video. It actually does tremendous things for the algorithm because YouTube hates this type of content. So I'm from the future right now. I know last video I said I was close to recording a new series, and I was. And I'm still going to be releasing those videos. I know it's been 2 weeks, but I wanted to get this video and probably the next video out before I continue doing the series because, I mean, it's pretty wild. So Fayachi, you probably heard of Fayachi if you look up guns at all. They're one of the lower end companies for gun accessories and parts and stuff like that, but they're pretty decent. The flashlight I got did have some issues that I'll be doing an updated review on down the line, but overall I still enjoyed the flashlight. But they reached out to me on Instagram and started sending me stuff to review for you guys, so I'm going to be doing that first because, I mean, if someone sends you free stuff, fuck it, put it out there, right? So the first thing that they sent me was a Boresight Laser. Now, I've heard some bad things about some Boresight lasers, especially lower end ones, which this one is pretty cheap. It's not expensive at all. Things like you can't see it very clearly, and the laser gets really big when it goes further away, or it's just not working, or when the bolt hits it, it turns off, shit like that. So we can go over this. I've already used this, and I'll show you the results. So they sent me their Boresight Laser. It comes in this little Fayachi box. You open it, it comes with 3 sets of batteries and the Boresight Laser, which just looks like a 5.56 casing without the round in it. So basically you just drop the battery in, screw it on there, and the laser turns on. I don't know if you can see that. Laser turns on. It's not like an on button or anything, it just stays on as long as the batteries are in, so I just store it with the batteries out. You chamber it, then you look down the optic you're sighting in and line it up with the laser, and you have it bore sighted. You have your optic lined up with exactly where your barrel's pointing. And a lot of times too, I've seen where people complain that it moves around when you jerk it and hit it, so it's not an actual bore sight. So this one did not move around. I shook it, I hit it. This one stayed tight in its spot, which means it's just the size of a regular 5.56 casing, which isn't very hard to do. So good on them on that part. It's nice and bright in the house. First, I bore sighted it at like 10 yards just to make sure it would work. And then I took it to a range and I bore sighted at the range, and at 25 to 30 yards, it was still a small dot, which is what you want. And it was nice and bright. I could see it. It was just as bright as like a tactical laser. So I'm going to put the results up on the screen now. Shots on the left are the first few shots. I think there's 4 down way to the bottom left, and then 1 after I adjusted a little bit, and then the rest are in the center. You're never going to get a perfect alignment when bore sighting, so don't expect one. The rounds actually turn in the air. They fly a certain way, and each round flies differently. So the ones I was using obviously went a little down and to the left. And this also is a factor of how you shoot too, because when you pull the trigger, you could jerk it a little bit, and everyone jerks it a different way. Jerks it a different way. But no, everyone moves it a different way when they shoot. That's why one person's 0 may not be another person's 0. There's a lot of factors that you take into account, but the purpose of the bore sighting laser is to get it extremely close, as you can see here. And I know from past experiences going to the range with a bunch of different people over the course of my life, it's usually a whole entire range day to sight something in without being a professional, or B, having this Boresight laser. Especially in the midst of COVID, where it's like $1 a round. I mean, I think it was $16 on Amazon. I'll link it in the description of the video, but it was $16 and you're paying $20 per 20 rounds of ammunition. If you have to go through a 30 round mag or 30 round mag and a half, so 45 rounds, trying to sight in your optic, you're spending more money than you would just getting this bore sight and sighting in it in 10 shots like I did. So that's basically going to be it. I definitely 100% would recommend this. I've had no issues, and this isn't something that you're going to be trusting your life on. This is something that's trying to make your life easier. So a lot of you people who say that you shouldn't buy from places like Fayachi because they're cheaper, that really just doesn't hold up, because this is just making your life easier. You're not going to be trusting your life with this. You're just setting in an optic. So I would definitely recommend this. And again, thank you to Fayachi for sending this to me. I'm not being paid to do a good review. They actually told me if it's bad to do a bad review. They told me as long as it doesn't come in like broken or something. If it came in broken, to send it back and they send me a new one. But no, it came in fine. It's really good, and I definitely would buy this. If I use this and didn't own it, I would go out and buy it after I used it, because I've never sighted something in 10 rounds before in my life. So again, thank you, Fayachi. If you like this video, please hit the like button. It really helps the algorithm, especially with YouTube hating my content. Be sure to subscribe if you like firearms and gun content. I have a lot of shit planned. And if you like gaming content, my gaming channel is linked down below. It's on the edgier side. I will warn you now. So if you're easily offended, I wouldn't go click on it. And I don't release videos as often there as I do here, obviously because this is the priority, and then working college is also a priority. So I release them whenever I can. But if you like games, go check that out. Thanks.